Good evening, everyone. This is Michael Cobb running for United States Senate seat here in Maryland. Keep hoping that I'll get a response from Fox or Sean Hannity or anybody to give me an interview to help me get my name out there, but it's not looking good. Uh, See these other politicians popping up running for senator in different states, and one thing they all have in common is the same thing the people that is in Congress now. They're all rich, powerful people, or no rich, powerful people, and that is the problem. And that is what needs to change. That's why someone like me needs to have a Senate seat to speak for the small guy, because we get lost in the system. It's all about them and their power. DC and their power. We're becoming more and more like China every day, more and more like a communist ran dictatorship, more and more every day. Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream, and he was murdered for that dream. And it was a simple dream that everybody stopped seeing each other by the color of their skin or their religion or what have you, but just to see each other as Americans. And that's all I'm asking is to go in there and represent all Americans the same. To try to put a stop to this, racist that. It's all over the mainstream media. They try to pit everybody against everybody else, and that's how they're holding on to their power. It's time to take it away. It's time to only see each other as Americans. MLK's dream needs to come true. Uh, if that happens, we take the country back. That the government starts working for us again and stops being like a dictator or under a king's rule. King Biden thinks he can do whatever he wants whenever he wants, and the Democrats can do whatever they want whenever they want. Republicans, sorry to say, don't have the backbone to stand up against them. But what does it matter to them? They're getting wealthy being in D.C. just like the Democrats. So I've said it on every one of my videos. Both sides are extremely corrupt. That's all they want is their power. All I want to do is go in there as a wrecking ball and represent the American people the way they're supposed to be represented. And that's right down the middle. I mean, common sense legislation, common sense laws, not the powerful get more powerful and the weak get weaker and the poor get poorer. I say it was about a week and a half ago. They did my cigarette. Sorry, folks. Week and a half ago here in Baltimore, one small station did a report on our inner city schools, and the crying shame about that is when I heard that there's a lot of people graduating this year and a lot of young men and women that's in these inner city schools in the poorer neighborhoods in high school that are only working off a third and fourth grade reading, English, and math level. And that's done on purpose to keep them down. And it's disgusting. It's incredible that that's happening here in this country. I mean, everybody should be getting the best education for our children as possible. Uh, we're ranked 25th in the world. We should be ranked number one. We got the greatest country in the world. The free, well, was the freest country in the world. That's slowly slipping away, and people are letting it happen. And I don't understand how or why we're letting it happen. Americans used to stand up against their city council, against their governors and mayors and DC for doing what they're doing to us now. It needs to stop. We need to stand together as one. We need to do what ML Martin Luther King Jr. wanted to do and be one people, just American people, nothing else. And it's time for his dream. He's been dead for 54 years. It's time for his dream to come true. It's it should have came true 54 years ago. But we're still here, and it's a crying shame. And I'm really sorry to have to say that. I'm really sorry to have to see it. And I'm really sorry that politicians exploit it and school professors exploit it and high school and elementary teachers exploit it just to push their agenda forward. It's got to stop. It really has to stop, people. Anyhow, that's it for tonight. I just wanted to do a short video. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Oh, and if possible, any kind of contributions you can make so I can start running some kind of commercials and get my name out there. Go to Michael Cobb for U.S. Senate on my GoFundMe page at $5, $10, $20, anything. There's nothing in there now. I've had no campaign contributions come in at all, and I'm trying to get in there for the everyday American, for the poor working class guy, because that's what I am. I am the poor working class guy. I know what it's like. I'm a roofer. I own a very, very small roofing company. I go into the inner city and I sit down and talk with folks, and they don't like the way they're living. They don't like the way their kids are being treated. It needs to change. And I want to help make it change. And the only way I can do that is with your help. Thank you very much. Have a good evening.